KSYM, San Antonio College Radio. This is the Urban Suite D Major, Sherril Metal. And joining us in studio for our open mic session this evening, we are happy to have Lakey in studio. How are you this evening?
Doing pretty good. Happy to be out here. Thank you all for having me.
Thank you. Thank you for allowing us to interview you tonight.
Yeah, totally. Thank you for being here. We know you're super busy.
Yes. Yes, indeed. Wow. Oh, and hello to everyone out there. You on IG or you on Facebook?
Instagram Live here.
IG, yes.
Yes, sir.
indeed.
Yeah,
Yes, indeed.
everybody hit up Lakey360's Instagram. See his live.
Yes, indeed. Let's go ahead and get into it. Your art. How did you develop your love for art? When did it begin? Since you were like little tadpole, or
I drew a lot whenever I was young and everything, but as my friends started drawing more and more realistic art, I eventually was like, I'm not an artist, kind of backed out of it. And then it's interesting this interview's happening here at SAC because I only was here for like a semester and a half.
really?
But I had an art appreciation class. I think it was Judith Cottrell
Okay.
was the teacher, and just being in that class and seeing so many introductions to different ways art could be used, like it didn't all have to be the way I thought it was as a kid. Like there's so many different ways to express yourself and everything. Sort of opened up doors and allowed me to just go, I can just start creating stuff.
Man. So, do you mind if I ask what year that was? Not trying to put your age in anything.
No, it was, I was 22, so I was born in 87. 2009, I guess? 2009, 10.
Okay. And like I said, the class has pretty much opened your eyes to various forms
Just
of
realized,
art.
how much bigger it could be, and it was more just the idea of expressing yourself. It didn't have to be a certain kind of medium, didn't have to be a certain kind of presentation. I mean, learning more about all of those and learning about your particular field is always important, but just learning there's so many different ways to express yourself out there.
Oh yeah, I mean, considering the various form of art itself in painting, music, sculpture, architecture, I mean, all different forms of art.
There's no limit to the medium, it seems like.
Yeah,
which is great.
Just finding your own lane and see what you're comfortable with, and then going for it, and then just see how much you love it yourself, since it's your art, and then get the reaction from everyone else.
Were you compulsive as a kid drawing? Because I asked that because our oldest was absolutely like, the stories of Diego Rivera, they had to put paper on the walls so he could draw on the walls. Like that's how our oldest was. Did you like
whenever
that?
I had access to Nintendos, no, I preferred Nintendos more than artwork.
Hey.
But if I didn't have some kind of game to play with, I was like, okay, let's see what I can draw. And I liked it, but then after I wasn't able to replicate what I saw in my head on the paper, I was like, I don't know about this. But then learning other ways after that, I was like, okay, there's still ways to express yourself.
So after taking the art appreciation class, how long did it kind of take for you to find your lane in art?
It's one of those things that's been evolving throughout. At that time, whenever I started, it was just using like a big ballpoint pen on notebook paper on my first one. Like I still sell the print, but I on that piece, since I did it on notebook paper, I edited out the blue lines and the red lines for the print because I was so happy with the original piece.
Yeah.
And but it was interesting starting with that at the most basic point. And then as I started traveling that first year, I was at some coffee shop and some punk rocker there was like mentioned that he needed an animal skull for his next art project.
Really?
And that was my first year as a traveling artist, and I'm like, well, where I'm camping out in the woods right now, I saw some sort of skull. I'll bring it to you tomorrow.
Oh, wow.
I bring him the skull, and he gave me like a big bag full of Prismacolor markers, which are normally like $4 to $6 each.
Yep.
And it was like 60 of them, so that's
wow.
when I started using color. And I don't know, now I'm using chalk, but at each point it's just been an evolution of like, okay, what tools do you have? What kind of message can you have? And then also before the chalk, I'd wear a suit and a tie.
Really?
And I'd be drawing in my own notebook beside my open suitcase that had my portfolio full of prints I was selling and a sign that said, Grandma said I needed a job wearing a suit and tie. This is my compromise.
I love it.
Yeah.
It was amazing at connecting with people, especially people who would never talk to someone who is on the street. And because, I mean, they're relating it to grandma, to family, to tradition, to heritage, but then also to like your dreams, what you're interested in.
Yeah.
But then also homelessness, but then also suit and ties, so like business. So they're, and get very different reactions from different groups. Like in Austin, it didn't fly as well.
Oh.
The response there was like, you don't need a suit and tie. And I'd look back, I'm like, that was the thing that made you talk to me in that situation. But also in Austin, I sold like 5 originals out there on South Congress for over $300, just
Whoa.
Wow.
sitting out there quietly drawing in my notebook. Made more money back then, and the conversations were really interesting starting out
Man.
with those
You
connections.
said travel. How much travels have you done?
Quite a bit. The first year was incredibly broke doing it and just traveling through the South, because I didn't even realize how much of a difference there is between the South
Oh, yeah.
and the North. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I didn't realize being in Texas and Nashville and Charlotte and Atlanta was so much different from being in Chicago, New York, Cleveland, Columbus, LA, San Diego. And I'm like, oh my God.
Oh,
Like,
that's a difference.
the only connection I had to so many of these cities was seeing their sports teams, and I'm like, they have cool colors, they had really cool players on them, they're amazing, and then you go, like, oh.
Yeah. Like I said, even just in the South, San Antonio's different than.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
you-
all
Yeah,
the cities,
yeah.
there's so many,
Different flavors. Complete different flavors.
and then just different people in different cities. Like some people, you can feel like a complete loser in a certain place, wherever you are, and you move 60 miles somewhere else, or actually if you're in a city as big as New York or something, you move to a different borough,
Yeah.
you're accepted all of a sudden.
You never know what kind of pocket you're gonna
Yeah,
find yourself
and
in.
if you just stay in the same spot, it can be rough.
Yeah. Totally get it. Hey, shall we continue our conversation in just a bit?
For sure.
Okay. Hey, y'all, stay tuned. We've got more with Lakey coming up. In this block of music, we have the latest from Concept and Aria Linnell. But let's get into music from Matthias featuring Violet Rain. This is Violet Rain. Keep it locked. More coming up. This is the Urban Suite KSYM, San Antonio College Radio.